Hello students, welcome to another video of number 3. In this lecture, we are going to discuss the Mobius inversion formula. In the previous lecture, we have seen the definition of Mobius mu function and after that one theorem. So, using that theorem and definition of Mobius mu function, we will going to prove the next theorem, Mobius inversion formula. Mobius inversion formula. The statement of the theorem is if f of n, capital F of n is equals to summation of f of d, small f of summation of small f of d, where d divides n for every positive integer n, for every positive integer n, then small f of n is equals to, this is capital F of n, this small, again this f is small f of n is equals to summation of mu of d into capital F of n upon d. First of all, we have seen the n upon d in number 3. Till now we have just seen n divides d, or where d divides n. Now this n upon d, this d is divisor of n. If f of n, capital F of n is equals to the summation of f of d divides n for every positive integer n, then small f of n is equals to, small f of this small n is equals to summation of mu of d into f of n upon d, where d is, this d is divisor of n. So here this d is divisor of n and we are dividing this n by d. So d is divisor means n by d is integer. This is the clear thing. Now in the proof, we have given that small f of n, definition of small f of n, that is f of n is defined in this form, and we have to prove that the small f of n, we have given that capital F of n is equal to this definition, and we have to prove the small f of n is equals to summation of mu of d into f of n by d. Here this n is a positive integer. Now let, here n is positive integer, and also we have given that f of n is equal to this summation, as this n is positive integer. First of all, we are going to write the given things. This n is positive integer, n is positive integer, and capital F of n is given as summation of f of d, where this d divides n, and our claim is this f of n is equals to, claim is small f of n is equals to, small f of n is equals to summation of mu of d into f of n by d. This f is capital F, where this d is divisor of n. This is our claim. Here d is divisor of n, since this d is divisor of n, so n by d is a positive integer, as this d divides n, or instead of writing this, write d is divisor of n, d is divisor of n. Therefore this n upon d is a positive integer, is a positive integer. Writing is this because we need this f of n by d, and f of n is defined as summation of f of d, where n is positive integer. So we are applying f on this n, that n must be a positive integer. Here we need that f of n by d, so our n by d must be a positive integer. From this d divides n, we get that n by d is positive integer. So we can apply the capital F on this number and write it as f of n upon d is equals to, by definition of capital F. Capital F is defined as f of n is equal to summation of f of d, where d is a divisor of this number. Now we are using that f on n by d, So that is the summation of small f of d. D is already used, so write f of k, and that k must be a divisor of this number n by d. N by d is positive number, and f of n by d is summation of f of divisors of this number. So suppose k is divisor, that is k divides n by d. So f of n is equals to summation f of k such that this k divides n by d. Now we are going to consider this right hand side, and we will prove the left hand side. Here we get the value of f of n by d, and using the right hand side and using this value here we will get. Now consider the summation of mu of d into f of n upon d, where d is divisor of n. So just writing the value of f of n by d here, you will get the summation of mu of d divides n as it is into f of n by d is summation of f of k, where this k is divisor of n by d. This is by using the value of f of n. Suppose this is equation 1 and this is by equation 1. Now we have this d divides n, that is d is divisor of n and k is divisor of n by d. Now we have d divides n and this k is divisor of n by d, and this n is divisor of n and k is divisor of n by d. So using transitivity we can write this k divides n, and just rearranging this we can write d divides n by k. Here this d is divisor of n, and after dividing n we get some number, and this k is divisor of that number. So using transitivity we can write k is divisor of n, and just rearranging this. For example, this is just a rough case. For example, suppose 36, and our 6 divides 36. 6 is divides 36. So d is equals to 6, n is equals to d is equals to 6, n is equals to 36. Then suppose k is another divisor of n by d. Now n upon d, that is 36 by 6 is 6. So n by d will become 6, and this k is any another divisor of 6, that is suppose 2. 2 divides k is equals to which divides 6. So now here clearly we can say that k is equals to 2, n is equals to 36, and n by d is equals to 6. Our 2 divides, k divides n means 2 divides this 36. 2 is divisor of 36, and similarly our d divides n by k, that is d is 6 and n by k, that is 36 by 2 is n by k is equals to 18, and clearly our d 36 divides 18. So this is a general result, there is no need to write this in your proof. So using this we can write d divides n and k divides n by d if and only if this k divides n and d divides n by k. Just rearranging these numbers we will get this. Now just exchanging or rewriting this d by n by k by n and k divides n by d by d divides n by k, we will get this equation as summation of, just make this is by equation 1, just rearrange this as summation d divides n summation k divides n by d mu of d into f of k. Just taking summation common and rewriting this, we will get this, and this is reason for this, that is this is by equation 1 and this is another equation. Now this equation will become our, just rearrange the d by n by, replace d by n by k by n, and this k divides n by d by d divides n by k. You will get the summation k divides n into again summation d divides n by k mu of d into f of k. So just separating this k divides n f of k and summation d divides n by k mu of d, we will get this summation k divides n, f of k, and this summation d divides n by k f of mu of d, and by previous theorem in which we have discussed in the previous lecture, that mu of d is equals to 1 if and only if d is equals to 1, and for the other values of d, that is the values greater than 1, then mu of that d is equals to 0. Therefore, by previous theorem, by using the theorem, you have to write the statement of the theorem. Statement of the theorem is summation of mu of n is equals to 1 if en is equals to 1 and is equals to 0 if en greater than 1. Using this theorem, we can write mu of d, summation of mu of d is equals to 0 if our d is greater than 1 and is equals to 1 if our n by k is equals to 1. Here this mu of n is equals to 1. Just a moment. Summation of mu of the previous theorem was summation of mu of d, where d divides n. The theorem was summation of mu of d is equals to 1 and 0, where d is divisor of n. Now, if this n is equals to 1, that is we are dividing this n by d, and this n is equals to 1, then our answer is summation of mu of d is equals to 1, and if our this n is greater than 1, then answer is 0. So, here this mu of d will become 0 when our n by k greater than 1, and will become is equals to 1 whenever this n by k is equals to 1. N by k is equals to 1 means n is equals to k. Therefore, using this theorem, we can say that this summation of mu of d, there this d divides n by k. So, using this theorem, we can write this mu of d must vanish, that is will become 0 except only when this n by k is equals to 1, when n by k is equals to 1, that is this answer, that is this summation is non-zero whenever n by k is equals to 1, that is n is equals to k. Now, replacing n is equals to k in this equation, we will get therefore that right hand side, that is summation, the right hand side was summation mu of d f of n by d, d divides n, summation mu of d f of n by capital F of n by d, where d is divisor of n, will become summation k divides n. Instead of k divides n, we can write n is equals to k. K is equals to n, this f of k as it is, and this d divides n, that is n by k is equals to 1, then this summation will become 1, which is equals to this summation of, just a second, summation f of k, not t, f of k, summation of f of k into 1, k is equals to n, summation of f of k means this is equals to small f of n, only k is equals to n is the single value. So, putting k is equals to 1, we will get f of n. Hence, our theorem is proved, that is this summation d divides n mu of d into f of n by d is equals to f of n, and hence the proof. In this theorem, that is Mobius inversion formula, this is the important one. If the the question may be asked for your university examination, the theorem will be given, that is statement of the theorem will be given, and you have to prove this result. Here given that n is a positive integer, here this n is positive integer, then we have to prove also capital F of n is defined as f of n is equal to summation of f of d where d divides n, then we have to prove that small f of n is equals to summation of mu of d f of n by d. Here n is a positive integer and d is divisor of n. N is positive integer, given things are n is positive integer and capital F of n is defined as summation of d divides n small f of d. Now our claim is small f of n is equals to this is our claim. To prove this claim, here we have given that d is divisor of n, d is divisor of n, so n by d will become a positive integer. So for a positive integer d by n, we can apply f on a positive integer n. So applying capital F on n by d, we will get this summation using this definition of capital F, summation of f of k where k is divisor of n by d. So using this equation 1 in the right hand side of our claim, considering right hand side of our claim, we will get summation of d divides n mu of d into f of n. This is considering this right hand side and proving is equals to n is our claim. So considering this right hand side and just putting the value of f of n by d, here we get summation of d divides n mu of d into summation of f of k where k is divides n by d. So just taking summation common and rewriting this equation, this is reason for this equation by equation 1, not this step. Now here d divides n and k divides n by d. So clearly that k divides n and n divides d divides this n by k. Just rearranging this, we can write instead of d divides n we can write k divides n, and instead of k divides n by d we can write d divides n by k, and this equation will become like this. And just separating the summation, so summation of f of k over k running from 1 to n and summation mu of d divides n by k. Now we know that summation of mu of d is either equals to 1 or 0, 1 whenever our this number is equals to 1 and 0 when this number is greater than 1. So this summation will become 0 only when, except only when our n by k is equals to 1. So using that this result, we can write this summation vanish whenever, except only when n by k is equals to 1. N by k is equals to 1 means n is equals to 1. So this theorem is this side is non-zero whenever our n by k is equals to 1 or n is equals to k. Just substituting n is equals to k, we will get the summation of k is equals to n f of k, and writing k is equals to n, we will get f of n. Hence the proof of this theorem. This is the most important proof for in this chapter, one of the most important, not most important. Now next example, this example again ask for 2 mark. Example, show that mu of n into mu of n plus 1 into mu of n plus 2 into mu of n plus 3 is equals to 0. Show that mu of n into mu of n plus 1 into mu of n plus 2 into mu of n plus 3 is equals to 0. So to prove this or to solve this example, we have 2 cases. Here there is no nothing is given, either n is even or odd. So we will take 2 cases. First case is n is even and second case is n is odd. If n is even number, then mu of 2k into mu of 2k plus 1 into mu of 2k plus 2. So there in this multiplication we will get some number. So just I will just solution in this solution. First case, if n is even, that is n is of the form 2k where k belongs to z. Now considering this left hand side, consider the left hand side. So left hand side will become mu of n, so n is equals to k, so mu of 2k into mu of n plus 1 means 2k plus 1 into mu of 2k plus 2 into mu of 2k plus 3. So this is a left hand side which is equals to, now we can here mu of n plus 1, mu of n plus 2, mu of n plus 3. So just considering this left hand side and putting the value of n is equals to k, you will get this. Then either this 2k is equals to or 2k plus 2 is equals to 0. can directly write either this 2k mu of 2k is equals to 0 or mu of 2k plus 2 is equals to 0. If k is equals to 1, then this mu of 2 will become minus 1. Then in that case mu of 2k plus 2, 2k plus 2 means k is equals to 1, 2 plus 2 is 4. Then 2 square divide that number. So one of these two numbers is equals to 0. If k is equals to 2, then 2 into 2 become 4 and mu of 4 is equals to 0. Then k is equals to 3, then 3 to the 6, then 3 to the 6 plus 2 8, then 2 square 4 divides that number. So in one of these two will become 0. This gives us multiplication. So if this is equals to 0, then whole multiplication is 0. If this is equals to 0, then again whole multiplication is equals to 0. Then this multiplication will become 0, which is our right hand side. So hence in this case we get this mu of n into mu of n plus 1 into mu of n plus 2 into mu of n plus 3 is equals to 0. Now the second case second, if n is an odd integer, if n is odd, then n is of the form 2k plus 1 where k is an integer. Now consider this right hand side, that is mu of n is equals to just 2k plus 1, right, 2k plus 1 into mu of n plus 1, that is 2k plus 1 is 2k plus 2, again mu of 2k plus 1 plus 2 is 2k plus 3 into mu of 2k plus 4. Now again here for any values of k, either mu of 2k plus 2 is equals to 0 or mu of 2k plus 4 is equals to 0. Again for k is equals to 1, we will get 2 plus 2 4, then mu of 4 is equals to 0. For k is equals to 2, 4 plus 2 is 6, then 4 plus 4 is 8. So this mu of 2k plus 4 will become 0. So this in this case either our mu of 2k plus 2 is equals to 0 or mu of 2k plus 4 is equals to 0. So this will become 0. Therefore again in this case mu of n plus 1 into mu of n plus 2 into mu of n plus 3 will become 0. From both the cases we can say that this mu of n into mu of n mu of n plus 1, mu of n plus 2 up to mu of n plus 3 is equals to 0. Hence the solution of this example.